Yes, so good evening.
Good evening.
So how was the tour?
The tour was great. Uh, I learned a lot that I didn't learn before, so it was great. It was eye-opening.
Wow, that's nice. Especially the Cape Coast Castle was very educative. Yeah, it's about the transatlantic slave trade, and I just want to know what are the things you learn because now that you come here, you see what happens. You know, so many centuries ago, like about the slavery. You
Yeah,
see it by yourself.
sure.
Now that you see, what have you learned? And if you go out there, what will you tell? I mean, your brothers and sisters in the diaspora.
Yeah, it was. I had it. They don't teach us this stuff in America. I'm from the U.S. They don't teach us about the transatlantic slave trade, so a lot of this was new to me. Uh, the fact that the Europeans built these castles and took Africans from Africa and sent them to the Caribbean and to the U.S. and the conditions they lived in, all of this stuff was very new to me. Well, the conditions were horrendous. Just seeing how they were all hundreds were in one room, and they took the women and they gave birth to their own children from these women. It was very sad. The history was very sad. But I think it's important to know, where your family came from and how they left, and to make sure that this stuff doesn't go on today, because a lot of this stuff happens still today in different forms. It may not be in castles or in shackles, but it can occur through different ways, through the mind,
Yeah,
through
mental shackle.
exactly mental shackles, and it was very important. I'm glad I did the trip. A lot of people, family, don't know how this happened. So yeah.
Yes, it's true. Because I don't. The one question I want to ask you. Now that you know the history
Yeah.
about slavery, you saw it yourself. What happened? Because anytime I go to that dungeons, it brings me a lot of imaginations, memories, things that have happens there, a number of people that die there, and most of Black Americans they don't want to come back to Africa. This is where they come from. So you coming to Africa, you seeing it yourself. When you go out there, what will you tell them, our brothers and sisters that in the diaspora? Like, will you advise them to come to Africa to connect because to the ancestors?
Of course, of course. I think when you learn that you were taken from, it sort of makes you want to return, because it's like as if somebody took you from your home and then you discover where your home was. Why wouldn't you want to go back home? So yes, I definitely will tell family, friends of the diaspora that you should return back home, because that is home, and you were taken. And the Portuguese, the English, they took us, and they took
Not
us.
just they took us. I mean, we were forced. They kidnapped us and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way in which they did it was terrible as well. So you should come back home, and you should see it's beautiful. It can be even more beautiful, but we need us. We need us. So
Yeah. One thing I want to ask you: you coming to Ghana? You see, as you were saying that, I mean, our brothers and sisters that are living in diaspora to come home. But you coming to Ghana, but you see, if you talk to any Ghanaian, everybody wants to go to America, everyone wants to go to Europe.
Yeah.
What's your tips about that? Will you advise us and Africans that they should go this side? Because everybody's dream is to what? To go there, and you want to come here. So it's like vice versa. What's your tips about that?
well, I understand why. America is it's a brilliant place. It's a beautiful place as well. But I think Ghanaians, if they see more and more of us come back, I think they'll be less inclined or less inclined to go to America. Because when we come back, we build here, we teach what we've learned there, and we bring it here. So as we do that, here should blossom
Yeah.
as we come back and give what we know here.
Yeah.
And less people would want to go there if
Yeah.
we come back. So
I greatly support you because America is built by the blacks and Europe's do the same thing. So
we built it for free.
Yeah, we built for free.
Yes.
So it's time for you guys to come and build home too as well. Seriously, I always tell my brothers and sisters living in diaspora that whenever they come to Africa, they are not a foreigner over here. This is their home, and they shouldn't come here as a tourist, but then they should come here as a home. This is a home, so that one day they have to make here a home.
Sure.
So but most of the time I've been doing this stuff for a while. I haven't seen these young our brothers and sisters in the diaspora and these youths want to come back. Only the old ages,
Sure.
old them. They are the one. Having the awakening spirit. They want to reconnect back to the continent. But you being young and you have this awakening spirit, I was so shocked. How did the motivation come from?
Well, I'm very entrepreneurial and I have a business mindset. So when you have a business mindset, you come to Africa and you can see a lot of opportunity. I guess the youth that don't want to come back, maybe they don't see the opportunity here as I see, but I see a lot of opportunity, a lot of ways to help people here. So when you mix business and impact, it's enough motivation for me to come back. So I wish others saw that as well. But yeah.
Wow, beautiful. That's very nice. So I just want to use this opportunity to advise my brothers and sisters living in the continent that what he said, Mr. Tyrone said, there's a lot of opportunity over here. If there's a lot of opportunity, why are you going to seek a greener picture somewhere? Because each and every year, our brothers and sisters are dying on the Mediterranean Sea. In Dubai and all that. There are a lot of business opportunity over here. So I think it's time for us to connect. That is the only way, and unite as an African. Together we rise as an African. Thank you very much for coming home.
Thank you.
You are welcome home, and I want to see you
Again.
coming home over and over again.
Yes.
And when you go out there, I just want you to carry the message along, because I know a lot of people who want to come, but the mindset over there, they think Africa is a village. They think Africa is like it's a forest.
Yeah.
No, they can't survive here. Yeah. So as you come here, you see it, you feel it. Go and tell the good news to them.
Yes.
And through that, you get a lot of people that will get awakening spirit like as you have. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Finish.